Hole after hole after hole in the concrete ceiling of a popular downtown destination. Citizens told us they're concerned, and one of those taxpayers contacted the Call 6 investigators asking if the garage is even safe to park in. When our Kara Kenney started asking questions, it prompted the city to take immediate action.
I'm inside the Moon Garage, which is owned by Circle Center Mall. It's close to where you shop, dine, and go to sporting events. Well, this right here is what's raising concerns. What appear to be potholes in the ceiling of the garage. And people want to know, is the concrete falling? And is the garage actually safe? Circle Center Mall and its garages, built in the early 90s with a big chunk of city taxpayer money. 20 years later, the Moon Garage is still a popular place to park.
Because it's close to the mall.
But in the basement, drivers are looking up to see these holes and exposed reinforcement bars. It's raising concerns among shoppers like these teens who drove in from Covington, Indiana.
It doesn't really look safe because you have all the holes and everybody else is in here.
And plus there's more floor levels and people on top of us could collapse.
These Greenwood firefighters had similar concerns while parking during a convention.
There's holes in the ceiling. Looks like the concrete's coming apart.
I wouldn't want this stuff falling on my car and, damaging it.
Back in March, a concerned citizen contacted the Call 6 investigators asking what this is all about. We invited this Purdue professor and structural engineer from the Fort Wayne campus to take a first-hand look. Is this concerning?
That's very concerning. This is a serious problem.
Mohammed Al-Hassan says corrosion of the steel reinforcement bars is the likely culprit, and that can cause concrete to spall or break apart.
See the corrosion in these bars?
This pipe spewing water also caught his attention.
Look at this.
Al-Hassan says when water gets inside cracks, it can cause corrosion of the steel rebar. Are you surprised they're letting people park here?
I'm very surprised,
We sent our video to concrete associations outside of Indiana who agreed with Al-Hassan's concerns about water and corrosion inside the garage. So with those opinions in hand, we contacted the Indianapolis Department of Code Enforcement.
I could understand that someone might say, hey, there might be something wrong with that.
Code enforcement hired an engineer who issued this report noting the deterioration is likely the result of water and chloride infiltration and freeze-thaw cycles. Spalled concrete could fall, endangering people and could damage vehicles.
Throughout the garage, they found various areas that had spalling that could be a possible concern if they weren't addressed.
The engineer also found evidence the garage's owners had been trying to address the problem. Are there any safety concerns?
No, I mean, as of right now, no. There were no structural integrity concerns whatsoever. Aesthetically, it's not beautiful, but structurally, it's safe.
Adam Baker says in response to city inquiries, the garage's owners roped off areas to isolate and chip away any concrete that could fall.
We would see that as a plus, that they would be that reactive, that they would respond immediately to take care of this issue.
Circle Center Mall and Simon Property Group declined to be interviewed about the garage or provide a statement for this story.
Unbeknownst to us, they had actually had a maintenance plan in place.
The engineer hired by the city issued several recommendations, including sandblasting to remove loose material and painting exposed steel with a protective coating. The engineer also recommends the owners seal cracks in the floors. Code enforcement emphasizes this is not a situation like the Pan Am garage, which shut down 3 years ago because of loose and falling concrete. The agency says that was an unsafe structure, and they reiterate the mall garages are safe. Kara Kenney, RTV6.
Now, code enforcement has no plans to further inspect the garage. They'll leave it to the owners and put it in their hands unless they receive complaints from the public. As for putting a stop to what's causing the corrosion in the first place, the city says deterioration is normal. Now, if you have a safety concern about a parking garage, you can go to our website, theindychannel.com.